A powerful organization is watching you, but not the way you think. Archangel Michael says, "This is not coincidence. A divine order has been signed behind your back. In less than 2 minutes, you'll feel something shift. A memory, a pulse, a flicker of recognition. That's not your imagination. That's heaven confirming you have been chosen. What's coming will not come with thunder. It will arrive in silence, cloaked in holy energy. A document with no paper, no ink, is floating in the spiritual realms with your name glowing in gold. Do not speak it, do not question it. Your soul remembers this mission, even if your mind forgot. Stay still, because if you break the silence, the miracle will vanish. A secret council has already spoken your name in the spirit. Their voices trembled, not out of fear, but out of awe. They don't know why you were chosen, but the divine does. Your assignment carries light powerful enough to expose what others have kept buried. You've been feeling tired not because you're weak, but because you're leveling up spiritually. The frequency of the angelic realm is rewiring your body. That pressure on your chest, that surge of emotion, that's not stress. It's spiritual software upgrading in real time. Someone you once trusted will soon reach out, not to bless you, but to observe you. They don't understand how you're rising without their permission. Smile, stay still. You're not here to prove, only to receive. The universe already ruled in your favor. There is a message being prepared for you in a dream. It won't look divine. It may even feel strange, but hidden in that image, that voice, or that number, will be your confirmation. Write it down. Your future self will understand. A woman once jealous of your peace will watch her own chaos increase. Not because of revenge, but because she tried to mimic what was divinely sealed in you. Heaven is rearranging the battlefield, and your silence is the loudest warrior. Type "I receive it" if your soul is sensing this shift. This small act of faith opens a portal for angelic guidance to reach you clearly. Don't ignore the vibration you feel. It's not coincidence, it's activation. Your energy is now magnetizing what others had to beg for. That job, that healing, that open door, it's already on the way. You're not late, you're in sync. The delay was divine. Someone is pretending to pray for you, but inwardly, they're envious of the light in your life. The angels have muted their access to your field. They'll see you rise, but they won't understand how. Your voice has been registered in the halls of the spirit world. That's why you've been silenced by people around you. They could feel it coming. But now, the seal is breaking. When you speak next, things will move. A door marked "Access Denied" will soon glitch open on your behalf. This isn't luck, it's reversal. What someone else rejected is now being redesigned with your name written in divine ink. You will overhear a conversation that was never meant for your ears, but don't panic. It's not gossip, it's divine proof. Your story is being whispered because your miracle is next in line. There is a location you've been avoiding, emotionally or physically. That place holds a divine portal. Go not with fear, but with awareness. You're not going there to revisit the past. You're going to claim what was left behind for you. A number will start appearing repeatedly, on screens, receipts, clocks. It's not random. Heaven is marking a countdown. When the pattern appears 3 times in one day, speak no doubt. Just whisper, "I am ready." A digital error will soon favor you. What looks like a system glitch will actually reverse a past denial. The angels are working behind code. You'll receive what once bypassed you. A childhood memory will suddenly surface, not to haunt you, but to remind you. Something you imagined back then was a premonition, not a fantasy. It's about to manifest in adult form. Someone from afar, a person you barely remember, is dreaming about you. Their soul recognizes you as a catalyst. Their return will unlock a mission that cannot start without you. Comment "I am chosen" if these words are shaking your spirit. What you feel right now is not emotion, it's remembrance. This is the moment your spiritual contract begins to burn through the veil. There is a book that holds your name in the spirit, but the page was once folded. Now it's being reopened. What was paused is resuming. Heaven never forgot the promise over your life. A powerful voice will suddenly go silent in your life. Don't chase their absence. That silence was requested by the divine to make room for your elevation. Not everyone can speak into your next level. Your tears have not dried in vain. Each drop was counted, and now they are being turned into ink, writing a testimony that others will read and find healing through. A piece of jewelry, clothing, or small item will reappear or catch your attention. It carries old energy. Don't ignore it. It's holding a final piece of a broken timeline that is now being sealed. You will wake up soon with a phrase in your mind. You didn't create it. It was spoken into your spirit. Write it down immediately. It's the title of the next chapter of your life. There is someone who once looked down on your dreams. Soon, they will need your wisdom to navigate their own crisis. This reversal isn't for revenge, it's for revelation. Let your success speak. A piece of paper, email, or message you forgot about is about to resurface. Don't delete it. Hidden inside it is a divine date, a prophetic signature, or a clue that completes what's been missing. Someone is watching your light, not to steal it, but to verify it. You are being evaluated from a higher realm for something bigger than you imagined. Stay humble. The crown comes quietly. A storm, literal or emotional, is about to hit close to you, but you will remain untouched. This is a divine marker. The storm won't test you. It will expose who is truly protected beside you. A forgotten gift or talent is being stirred again. What you laid down in disappointment will rise in glory. The thing that once brought pain will now birth provision. Type "activate my light" if your soul feels the fire reigniting. This is not hype. This is a holy spark. The angels are waiting for your agreement to move what's been held back. A name will suddenly feel heavy in your spirit. That person holds unfinished spiritual business with you. Pray before reacting. Heaven is unraveling hidden agreements. You are walking into rooms your name entered long before your body did. What you'll see may feel surreal, but it's alignment, not accident. God's hand was here first. A mirror moment is coming. You'll look at yourself and not recognize who you were. That's not loss, it's spiritual shedding. The former version of you has expired. Someone will attempt to reconnect with kindness, but their motive is access. You don't owe them entry. Keep your discernment sharp. The miracle is not to be shared with just anyone. An old wound will stop hurting, and you won't even notice when. That's how deep the healing will be. Quiet, permanent. What once haunted you will become your harvest. A financial release is being prepared in silence. It won't arrive through the person you expect. It will come from an unexpected direction. Proof that heaven doesn't need man's permission to bless you. Your laughter is about to return, unforced, unrehearsed. You've worn sorrow like armor for too long. Joy is being reintroduced into your bloodstream. Not temporary happiness, but holy joy. A place you once felt small and will soon feel too small for you. The space around you is shifting because your calling has outgrown it. What used to contain you can no longer hold the weight of your light. You're not losing motivation. You're being recalibrated for a higher mission. The dreams that no longer excite you are being replaced. Heaven is aligning new blueprints while you rest. A familiar voice will speak, and suddenly you'll see them differently. Not because they changed, but because your discernment just upgraded. You've been given new spiritual lenses. Use them wisely. Type a step into alignment if this resonates with the shift you're sensing. Your agreement is not just a comment, it's a signal. Heaven moves when you declare what your soul already knows. A document will carry your name, but it won't be written by man. This divine inscription is being signed in the spirit. When it manifests in the natural, no one will be able to deny it belongs to you. The delay you've experienced was designed to make your enemies visible. They revealed themselves when they thought you were disqualified. But your delay was protection, not punishment. Someone close is becoming uncomfortable around you. That's not your burden. It's your breakthrough making them confront their own shadows. Keep shining. Don't shrink. An act of kindness you forgot will return multiplied. Heaven never forgets seeds sown in secret. One gesture is about to ripple into open favor. A spiritual weight will suddenly lift. You'll breathe differently, speak differently, walk differently. That wasn't anxiety. It was a generational curse disintegrating mid-air. Someone once mocked your prayers in secret. Now they will witness the answers unfold in public. Your breakthrough was never meant to silence them. It was meant to glorify the one who heard you cry alone. A child, yours or someone connected to you, will speak something prophetic. Do not brush it off. Heaven often hides the loudest revelations in the softest voices. You will walk into a space and feel an overwhelming sense of, I've been here before. That's not imagination. It's a divine reroute bringing you to the place your soul already signed for. The one who tried to curse your next chapter is now confused. They can't understand why nothing they do works anymore. That's because you've been placed under divine non-access mode. You're spiritually invisible to their attacks. A dream you let die is breathing again. But this time, it will rise with wings. Not only will it soar, but it will carry others with it. Your private vision is becoming a public vessel. Comment, "I am ready," if this fire in your spirit is no longer deniable. Heaven only waits for one thing, your yes. That yes unlocks scrolls, sends angels, and silences darkness. You've been hearing a name repeatedly in your spirit. It's not random. That person's destiny is entangled with yours. A divine intersection is forming. Be alert. Your next assignment may arrive wearing a familiar face. An opportunity is returning, but it won't look the same. Don't reject it because of old wounds. This time it's refined, realigned, and carrying favor it didn't have before. Your voice, suppressed in the past, is being requested now. Those who once ignored you will be the first to ask, "What do you see?" Speak with grace, but don't downplay the power within you. A random invitation is not random at all. Say yes even if it feels too big. It's not a trap, it's timing. The table was set for you before you even knew you were hungry. Your presence will begin to shift rooms. Not because of fame, not because of title, but because of alignment. You are no longer carrying potential. You are carrying purpose, fully awakened. The enemy's last attempt to block your path has failed. What was being secretly transferred behind your back has been intercepted by angels. The reversal has already begun. You're about to see evidence. An unfamiliar name or word will suddenly catch your eye. Look deeper. It carries meaning for your next assignment. Heaven is now speaking through subtle codes. Because your spirit has matured to hear beyond the noise. You will receive unexpected honor in a place you once felt rejected. Not because they changed, but because the glory on your name can no longer be ignored. This is not vindication, it's restoration. A relative you thought forgot about you is about to mention your name in a setting you've never entered. This is divine multiplication. Your story is traveling further than your physical reach. Someone will ask you for advice, and you'll feel unqualified. But the words will pour out with such clarity, you'll realize it wasn't you. It was heaven speaking through you. You've been upgraded into divine counsel. Type "Heaven speaks through me" if you can feel this clarity growing inside. You don't need to figure it all out, just stay open. Your surrender is the signal. Your obedience is the gate. An object near you holds anointing from a past moment. Pick it up, pray over it. There's an unfinished instruction embedded within it. One that unlocks the next miracle. Someone powerful is about to notice you, not by summe, but by revelation. They'll feel drawn to you and not know why. Don't question it. You've become magnetic to favor. A delay you're facing right now is hiding a collision. Heaven is slowing you down to prevent you from meeting someone who would sabotage your harvest. Divine protection often wears the mask of inconvenience. A financial window will open, briefly but abundantly. You must move fast when it appears. The instruction will be clear, and the return will be spiritual and practical. Obedience will be the only key. Someone is about to see you and instantly feel like they've met you before. That's not déjà vu. It's a soul contract reactivating. Your divine connections are coming out of hiding. A storm inside someone close to you is starting to boil. Because your calm is confronting their chaos. Do not absorb it. You were not sent to soothe what God is shaking. Let the separation sanctify you. You will hear music, lyrics, or sounds that strike a strange chord in your soul. Don't skip it. Heaven is now using vibration to unlock the parts of your destiny that words cannot reach. An opportunity that once rejected you will return, but this time with an apology. Accept it only if your spirit agrees. You are no longer applying, you're being appointed. You'll feel an urge to clean, move, or rearrange a space. That's not random. Angels often whisper through movement. As you shift your environment, you're clearing space for manifestation. You are about to encounter a version of yourself you've never met. Not because you changed, but because the layers of trauma finally fell away. This is who heaven always saw. Type "I receive the revealed me" if your spirit is witnessing this transformation. You don't become new. You remember who you've always been. And remembrance is the beginning of spiritual authority. A name from the past will come up in conversation or memory. Do not react. That person is sensing your elevation. The connection will not reopen, but it will serve as confirmation of your rise. There will be a sudden cancellation, delay, or reschedule. Don't resist it. Heaven is reordering your steps to avoid contamination. Your timing has now become divine property. Someone will call you overly sensitive, but your discernment is not weakness. You are sensing what others ignore. That's not emotion, that's prophetic radar. A dream deferred will revisit you in strange form. It won't look like you imagined, but your spirit will recognize it. Grab it. This time, don't hesitate. The most unexpected person will mention something you only told God. That's not exposure. That's divine proof heaven heard you. And now, your confirmation has a mouth. You will be overlooked one final time, so that heaven can prepare a table no one else can sit at. Don't rush vindication. What's being built for you requires privacy and purity. You'll feel strangely detached from familiar places and people. That's not disconnection. It's spiritual extraction. God is pulling you from what's common to place you where you're called. A stranger will say something that confirms what you prayed about in secret. They won't even know why they said it, but your spirit will. It's heaven breaking through ordinary moments. You'll receive a message that seems too good to be true. It isn't. You've stepped into a realm where goodness is no longer suspicious, it's standard. Trust the favor. An old photo, journal, or voice recording will bring you to tears. But this time, it won't hurt, it will heal. You'll see now that nothing was wasted, not even the breaking. Type nothing was wasted. If you feel this restoration activating, your pain was never buried, it was planted. And this is harvest. Someone tried to rewrite your story, but God held the pen. Their edits didn't hold. The original plan is being published, and your name is still the headline. A place that once rejected you will now make room for your return, but not for their benefit, for your fulfillment. This is not a redo, it's a re-entry into promise. You will find yourself laughing at a moment that once broke you. That's called spiritual recovery, when peace replaces pain. Even memories lose their power to wound. You'll notice the people who used to compete with you now fall silent. Not out of defeat, but out of recognition. They see what's on you now, and they know it came from above. An inner peace is about to anchor you in a way no words can describe. It won't come with signs, it won't come with sound, but it will come with certainty. And certainty is the greatest miracle of all. You were never skipped, you were never denied, you were being reserved for a time when silence speaks louder than testimony, when stillness moves more than strategy. This is that time. Do not explain, do not announce. Let the shift unfold like breath. There are places your voice cannot enter, but your presence already has. Let the miracle speak for you now. Type "It is done" if your spirit knows this is sealed. You don't have to fight for what's already written. Just stay silent and let heaven echo your name.